Hello all. In this session I'll be teaching you the basic concept of 2D transformation, which is a part of CAD system. Alright, number one concept I'm going to discuss, followed by the most important why exactly these 2D transformations or transformations are actually required. Number two, the application, where exactly you apply this, and also the importance of this particular 2D transformations. I'm going to present you a few slides followed by complete explanation related. If you could manage to understand this, then the concept becomes so simple. When it comes to the calculation part, which I have already explained you in the name of introduction, where you could see all the calculations, all the complete in-depth explanation of 2D transformations as well as 3D transformations. Alright, now the basic concept I'll try to explain with the help of slides. And initially, what is the application point of 2D transformations? This comes in every student's mind when he actually work on transformations. Okay. Theoretically, if you'll see, you'll try to solve problems based on 2D transformations and also 3D transformations. Okay, we'll try to solve few problems in the name of matrix multiplications. Both of them will try to do with matrix multiplications, but it is confusing for any student initially at the basic level, that why actually you are trying to do trying to solve different problems based on transformations. What is the basic requirement of it, where actually we'll try to apply them? That information they don't have actually. So coming to the application point of these transformations, you come across all of them in modeling softwares. Okay, maybe by the name CATIA, Creo, SolidWorks, Unigraphics, okay, etc. There are many modeling softwares available. Whatever the modeling software you consider, there you find transformations concept, which is already fed to the software, which is already fed to the system. Accordingly, the system or the commands will react to whatever the instructions given by the designer or the draftsperson. Alright, so coming to these modeling softwares, whenever on a graphic window you try to draw any sketch, for example, I am trying to draw a simple line, okay, maybe a rectangle. Two sketches I have developed on the graphic window. Alright, after drawing these two, for example, if I want to move this particular rectangle from here to maybe somewhere here, let us say here there is an origin point 0, 0. Now I want to move this particular rectangle, let us say, which is having 4 vertex points. I want to coincide vertex number 1 with the origin. Means the vertex going to sit, the 1 point going to sit something like this. Point number 1 with respect to, it is going to sit something like this. Alright, so we are not copying it actually, we are actually moving the complete entity from one position to the next position. Okay, here this entity will not exist now, it is going to place over here. Okay, this we call it as translation, 2D translation, because it is a 2D sketch. Similarly, if I want to increase the size of an entity, for example 1 2 3 4, let us say this is maintaining the dimensions of 50 by 20. Okay, if I want to scale down, okay, initially 50 by 20, I am calling it as 50 by 20, let me call it as 1:1 ratio, which is the original position given. If I want to scale down, then what I try to do, I'll just make it 1:2, means these dimensions are divisible by 2. So here the entity size is going to be something like this. Alright, it is going to be something like this, where this complete width becomes 25 and this becomes 10. It is coming down by 2 units. Similarly, if you want to enlarge the size, if you want to increase the size of the entity, for example something like this, then what I need to do now, okay, wait a minute, something like this. So what we need to do, we need to enlarge by 2:1. Okay, this is the meaning actually. So how all these tasks will takes place in any of the modeling software means the program is already fed to the system in such a way, or to the software in such a way, where it will react to whatever the instructions given by the designer. Okay, so you directly find a tool or an icon by the name move, by the name mirror, by the name scaling. Accordingly pick that command followed by the entity and do the necessary operation. Okay, you find all these things, the applications in these particular softwares, CATIA, Creo. If you are good at any of the modeling software, you find the same transformations and basic AutoCAD also. Okay, so where the flexibility will increase, flexibility of designing will increase, flexibility of drawing, the conceptual drawing will increase. Accordingly you can do lot more things. How complicated may be the sketch, that can be developed so easily. Okay, other than these applications, the concept of basic transformations and also the importance I am going to discuss with different slides. Okay, let me take one more simple slide by clearing this. I am going to take one more. Let us see the basic definition. Okay, what is geometric transformation? What is geometric transformation? So for that, what actually we need to do, what is a geometry? That is more important now. That becomes the actual discussion. Okay, what actually geometry is all about. Transformation is fine, just now what I have explained you, but what is a geometry? That is more important. Geometry could be any sketch, any entity with specified metric information. Okay, for example, if I draw a simple rectangle, with some dimensions like 50 by 20, okay, this we call it as a geometry. Or else a triangle with dimensions of maybe this, all sides are maintaining 20 20 20, okay, with 4 vertex points. Similarly some other entity, maybe a line. Okay, so here with the dimensions, whatever we draw will specify with the dimensions. Okay, metric information, which will give you the metric information of so and so x entity, that is nothing but a geometry. So whenever you talk about a geometry, one more thing comes into picture. Okay, these two are interrelated. One more thing is topology. What is geometry? What is topology? Geometry is if you consider this as number 1 sketch, geometry is nothing but number 1 sketch with all the metric information. What is topology means, here for example, let us say this particular number 1 sketch, I just try to name it as this, as link 1, vertical 1, and this as just let me take one more color so that you have a clear idea. All right, let me consider this as L1, this line as L2, this as L3, L4. Okay, now L1, L2, L3, L4, all the 4 together we call it as rectangle. Okay, and also this complete entity with 4 lines we call it as a geometry with metric information. then what is the topology means? The relation. Okay, if these are 4 lines, then this point, this is V1, vertex 1, V2, V3, V4. Okay, now this topology will give you the relation between 2 links or between 2 planes, okay, or between 2 vertices, 2 edges. Okay, unless you have this vertex point, unless you have this particular vertex point, it can never be called as a rectangle. Similarly V2, similarly V3, V4. Okay, so this V1, V2, V3, V4 is nothing but the topological information which will give you the relation. Topology is nothing but the relation between entities. Okay, that is nothing but a topology. Okay, unless you have this relation, this never called as a rectangle. All right, so these two are interrelated. Now geometry is nothing but which will give you the metric information. Okay, unless you have these two, that never be called as a polygon, never be called as a rectangle, or else simply with 4 different lines it can never be called as any standard polygon. Okay, this is what the relation goes. And here, what is geometrical transformation or geometric transformation? Operations that refers to an object's geometric definition to alter or change its position, number 1, orientation, number 2, or size are called geometrical transformations. Okay, let us consider this number 1 as a geometry. If I want to change its position from here to maybe some other new position, all right, then it is translating from there, from first position or old position to a new position. Okay, the size will remain same, then this we call it as translation. This we call it as a translation, nothing but positioning. Okay, we are changing its position from one to the next. Similarly, orientation, same object, if I want to rotate with respect to V1, for example, if I want to rotate with respect to V1, what happens now? Let me take some other color just to make you understand. Okay, from V1 it is going to change its position. Have a look, it is rotating something like this, all right. Now maybe I went somewhat wrong, it went, let me keep it something like this. Okay, somewhat thin it is in size, something like this, fine. Okay, now it got rotated with some angle, some arbitrary angle. Let me give here, it got rotated with some angle, let me call it as theta. Okay, so that theta value will be given to you in the question. Based on theta, maybe 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, or any other angle you need to rotate accordingly. It could be a square, it could be rectangle, triangle, line, point, any other thing. So that has to be rotated. That is nothing but the orientation. Okay, positioning is translation, orientation nothing but the rotation. Okay, position nothing but translation I am talking about, and orientation is nothing but rotation. Similarly, size, whenever it is a size you are talking about scaling. All right, this is what I mean. Operations that refers to an object's geometrical definition to alter or change its position, orientation, or size are called geometrical transformations. In any of the modeling software, unless you have these tricks or techniques, you can't create or design a new model or any other model. Okay, that has to be rotated and seen on all 360 degrees whether the design is properly executed or not. or whether there is any error to be rectified, all these can be done with the help of simple tricks like translation, rotation and scaling. Simple definition, I kept it in this way. Alright, let me clear this sheet with a fresh one, and I'll just come up with a simple new slide which will give you a clarity about what exactly transformations are, all the three which I was talking about. Just have a look, try to understand. Here the first one is nothing but translation, second one is scaling, third one is rotation. Alright, let me talk about translation first. As I said, from explaining you from the beginning, let us consider this as point P. The new position becomes P prime for our understanding. If I consider this point as P, the new position becomes P prime. Similarly, if I call this point as X, Y coordinate, then this point is going to be X prime and Y prime. New point, I got it. Okay, means we are going to translate the point XY from one position to the other position, which is X prime, Y prime, which we get through matrix multiplication. Okay, matrix multiplication, okay, which is already fed to the system, or program is written in such a way where it will react to whatever the instructions given by the designer. Here is the origin 0, 0. Alright, in few cases now, if you want to translate also, or rotate or scaling can be done with respect to origin, or else with respect to any arbitrary point, that you can see in the problems which I have already solved and posted in the channel. Coming to the second one, this is all about scaling. Now this is the initial position. Let me call this as 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what is the next position? This becomes 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, and this is 4 prime. Alright, this is the new position where scaling is done. Okay, scaling is done where it got increased, the size got increased. It means, as I said, scaling, whenever you talk about scaling, 1:1 is the regular size or same size. 1:2 you are scaling it down, 2:1 you are increasing the size. Here the size got increased, so we are going with the third effect. Alright, got increased by 2 units or maybe 4 units or maybe 3 units. That will be given to you in the question. Okay, because whenever you talk about CAD system theory part, there you have to solve the problem on a sheet of paper. There won't be any software for that. But when you actually talk about any modeling software, there automatically all the tasks are performed the way you want. Okay, according to the way you select the tool. Okay, so if I this is increasing the scale of an entity. If I want to decrease the scale of the entity, what happens now? I need to take 1:2 ratio. Okay, once you click on scaling, it will ask you the units that you want to increase or decrease. Okay, if you give in by 2 units, it has to be increased by so and so number, means that will increase. Okay, negative sign will also give effect in this particular scenario, not only in scaling, in translation, rotation also. Negative sign of any number plays a key role. Okay, that you could see in problem solving, which I have already posted. Alright, now this, if you consider this as the first quadrant, then both will be positive x and y, and if you talk about second quadrant, here x becomes negative. Okay, if you have any value, now whenever we talk about scaling, the matrix is going to be Sx 0, 0, Sy. This is how the matrix is going to be. If you simply consider Sx as negative sign, this particular Sx as a negative sign, then obviously the scaling position will change accordingly. Okay, similarly, if I'll say Sx, Sy, accordingly the units position will change. Initially, if the coordinate is something like this, if the coordinate, I'll just take a simple scale and increase. Let me keep it 90 degrees. 90 degrees in angle so that I can easily draw the sketch. Let me simply draw a vertical line followed by rotating the scale again to 90 degrees. I'll just become 0. Alright, let me take it somewhat down just to draw the coordinates. This will help me to draw the coordinates properly so that I can make you understand better. Alright, if these are the coordinates, as we know from the basics, this is first quadrant, second, third quadrant, and this is fourth quadrant. Here both will be positive, here x will be negative, y will be positive, as you all know, okay, from the basics. Now here, if there is any entity over here, that is going to change its position now based on the units given by the designer. Okay, for example, if both will be positive, the scale increase is going to be here only. If any of the, if Sx is negative, then this width will be increased towards this side. All right, maybe this side it is going to increase, negative direction. It all depends. Okay, that you'll know in further discussion. Similarly, translation will be denoted as Tx, Ty. That discussion will have further slides. Okay, and coming to rotation also, negative sign plays a key role. Negative and positive signs plays a key role when you want to rotate it clockwise direction or counterclockwise direction. Okay, for example, here there is a point by the name P. If I want to rotate this with an angle theta to the next position, maybe P prime, that called as. Okay, so accordingly you can do. But whenever you write a matrix for rotation, one thing is very much important, whether you are rotating with respect to origin point or with respect to any arbitrary point, that plays a key role. Okay, accordingly you have to think and you have to write the matrix. All right, whenever you want to rotate any entity with respect to arbitrary point, what actually we will try to do, we will try to shift this arbitrary point from the space to the origin first, means translation will work out in between these two. All right, then we will try to rotate the entity, try to rotate, for example, this position I call it as O, this becomes O prime. Now when it got shifted, obviously this will also shift here somewhere, and that is going to rotate by an angle of theta, which will take this position. Okay, now this is shifted back to its position, so I call that as T inverse. Okay, so these many tasks need to be done, that is more important. Now here let me again explain. This is an arbitrary point. With respect to this point, I want to rotate this P. That is a question. If I want to rotate this P with respect to this arbitrary point, then it is not possible. It becomes a tough task. What I try to do, I'll shift this point, arbitrary point, from here to the origin 0, 0. Okay, when it got shifted, what happens, this will also shift obviously, because the distance between these two will remain same. Let me take another sketch color just to make you understand. When it got shifted, this yellow point, let you imagine that this yellow point is a shifted point. Obviously this distance will be maintained by P, so this is the P position that will remain. Now after coming to the P position, this need to be rotated some angle with whatever given to you in the question. So it will change its position from here to a theta, that is fine. Now from here to here I have translated it. After rotation, what we need to do, we need to inverse it, inverse the translation, so it will go sit here in original position. It is after rotation, this is the original point, this becomes P prime, this is the P prime point. Okay, So we need to shift the arbitrary point to the origin first, then we need to rotate it, because with respect to origin we have a matrix already. By using that matrix you can rotate it, then later stage you can translate it back to the original position. Okay, this is a simple explanation or concept explanation that you understand. And coming to the application points, as I said in the beginning, unless you have these simple tricks in any of the modeling software, animating the model or designing the model becomes so tough. Okay, machine designing or any part designing depends on all these fundamentals. Okay, unless you have that, you don't have flexibility in operating any of the modeling softwares. Even in animation also, that will help you out a lot. Okay, I just clear this slide and go with a new one. Next one is something. Alright, yes, you could see transformations. Simple explanation I try to place in front of you. Alright, here you could see transformation of a 2D object means to change its, as I said in the beginning, position or translation, orientation or rotation, shape, shear or scaling. Okay, now I hope you understood what is translation, moving an entity from one position to the other. It is not about copying. Alright, and orientation, nothing but rotation with respect to an angle given. Scaling, even that value will be given to you. And what is shearing? Let me draw a simple sketch over here. Okay, after drawing this simple sketch, if I shear to the right, what happens here is it is going to shift its position, something like this. Both the vertical will shift from its position, something like this. Okay, shearing will takes place in that direction. Okay, this you better understand when if you are good at mechanics. Okay, so for that also we have a matrix given. Okay, this will takes place. So unless you have all these tricks or icons or design tools in any of the modeling softwares, again as I said in the beginning, it becomes very tough, impossible thing to design any of the entity so flexible, with so flexibility, user friendliness. Okay, now here this one more point I have added here: apply a series of matrix multiplication to the vertices of the object. Means here it is not that we use always translation, okay, or else we use always rotation, or else a scaling, or else some other. It is not about using one thing at one instance of time, because when you scroll the mouse button, the model will increase its size or decrease its size, nothing but zooming and zoom out, what you call it as zoom in and zoom out will takes place. Accordingly, if you consider any transformation tool, then it is not that we are doing only one task, it could be multiple tasks or at a single instance. For example, you need to perform translation followed by rotation followed by scaling and again coming back to translation. Okay, means 1 2 3 4 steps you need to fulfill to implement a single task. Okay, which is a tough task. So such matrix multiplications can be done in series. Okay, as I said just now before this slide, like if there is a coordinate system with an arbitrary point and a actual point which need to be rotated with some angle to its new position, it is not possible from the arbitrary point. This point has to be shifted to the origin first, then it has to be rotated, then again it has to be translated back. So the simple transformation will be something like this. Initially it is going to be T, translation, okay, then it is going to be R, rotation, then it is going to be T inverse. because it is going back to its position. So multiple tasks, nothing but series of tasks need to be performed that can be executed so effectively in case of transformations, which will enhance or increase the flexibility of any of the modeling softwares. Alright, and coming to the next slide, let me clear this one, and next one going to be individual tasks. What exactly translation is all about? I was talking from the beginning the same point, repositioning or positioning from the existing point, a point along a straight line. Okay, straight line in sense you can maybe this particular what you call point can be shifted from here to this point, okay, straight, or from here to next point, from here to this point. So everywhere wherever you take, it is going to be a straight line only. That is what I have mentioned here. For example, first one example I have given, you could see here. For example, if a point xy is given and the transition distance is tx ty, okay, point xy is given, if the translation matrix is t x ty, let us consider this as the matrix, means value will be given to you, then the new point is going to be x prime y prime. Okay, based on this xy, x prime, y prime and tx ty, a simple formula is formulated. Have a look at it. X prime y prime is the new position, x prime y prime nothing but new position, nothing but after translation. Similarly, xy is old position or coordinate, old position or coordinate you can call this as. And coming to tx and ty, tx, ty, these two are very much important, which are the values or units given to you in the question. Okay, maybe tx 2 units, ty 2 units. So it need to travel, it need to reposition. Maybe this is 5 units, this is also 5 units, this is 2 units, that is 5 units. Based on whatever the values given to you in the question, accordingly you have to calculate the problem. Okay, the same thing you could see here. This is the tx position, this is ty position. Okay, tx nothing but the x distance that it need to travel, x distance need to be traveled, and ty nothing but y distance need to be traveled. This is what it means. Accordingly you can easily calculate, and the same equations 1 and 2 can be written in this format, standard format. P prime is equal to p plus t. P prime nothing but x prime y prime, and p nothing but xy, and t nothing but tx ty simply. Okay, and the same equation can also be written in vector form. This is the matrix of p prime, p and t. If you could remember this equation, you can explain the same when it comes the same question when you face in theory part, and if you could remember the same, you can easily solve the problems also. Okay, this is all about simple translation. Now let me clear this window and I'll just come up with a new slide, one more slide for your better understanding. Now just have a look at it. Translation, the theory part just now I try to explain you. Translating an object with multiple vertices. Okay, from the beginning I'm simply talking about a simple point or a line, simple point or a simple line. Here if this is xy, okay, I'm talking about a simple vertex point. If I reposition this to a new point, that is going to be x prime y prime, old position going to be xy. Okay, when it comes to multiple vertices component, multiple vertices, how it is going to be, okay, that we'll see now in this slide. Here let me call this as A, B, C, D. If this is A, B, C, D, then this becomes A prime, B prime, C prime and D prime, which is new position. Okay, in case of translation, here it becomes A prime, B prime, C prime and D prime. This A prime, B, C, D is a new position. New position here is nothing but P prime. Similarly, A, B, C, D, nothing but old position. And what is the translation matrix? What is Tx, Ty? Translation matrix, that is important. So if you are very good at all these things, simply you can remember this equation in case of simple translation. Okay, now this position will get disabled completely, this will get enabled, which got repositioned. Okay, this is what it means. And let me clear this window and let me take one more slide just to talk about rotation. Okay, simple 2D rotation. You could see here default rotation center is origin. Default rotation center is origin. This is what I am talking from the beginning whenever I talk about rotation. Okay, you need to think with respect to origin point. If some arbitrary point is given to you in the question, then you need to focus on that. Initially you need to translate it, then you need to rotate it. Here it is going in counterclockwise direction, here it is in clockwise direction with an angle of theta. Okay, when have a look at this point, when theta is greater than 0, rotate counterclockwise direction. Okay, counterclockwise direction. Similarly, if it is less than 0, rotate clockwise direction. It all depends on the question given to you. Accordingly it is going to react. Okay, now I'll show you with a simple sketch so that you'll understand better. A simple sketch I'm going to show you now to understand the concept of rotation. Just have a look at this. Fine. 2D rotation. If xy rotates about an origin by theta, about an origin nothing but this point by theta, then have a look. Here the first position is xy and the new position is x prime, y prime. Okay, how to determine this x prime, y prime means with respect to the baseline x axis and this as y axis. With respect to baseline, this particular point is maintaining an angle of phi and this is maintaining an angle of theta, and the distance here is to the old position from the origin is r. Okay, according from the basics you can easily write x is equal to r cos phi, x prime r cos phi plus theta. Okay, this derivation I'll show you. Y is equal to r sin phi. Now here sin represent with respect to y and cos represents x. Okay, so this equation you can call it as cos a plus b sin a plus b. Accordingly a plus a theta becomes a and phi becomes b. Accordingly you can perform the task. Okay, this derivation I have already placed it here. I'll show you that you could see here with simple slide. Have a look at this slide now. You will understand clearly. X is equal to r cos phi, y is equal to r sin phi. All right. X prime is equal to r cos phi plus theta, y is equal to r sin phi plus theta. Now here imagine that this is AB. This phi and theta, I am calling it as phi and theta, but let you take it as AB, cos a plus b sin a plus b. Okay, if you consider it as a plus b, now you will easily understand from the basics, like what is the formula. X prime is equal to r cos phi plus theta, means r cos phi cos theta minus r sin phi sin theta. Okay, remember now this r cos phi is in blue color, no, this is also in blue. Just remember these two. This becomes, if we take r cos theta minus y r sin theta. Now here we are considering, just look at this particular equation. Now we are considering r cos phi is equal to x and r sin phi is equal to y. Okay, we are replacing this term with x and y, so we got this particular equation. Similarly, y prime is equal to r sin a plus b. Let you consider this as a plus b. Accordingly, you can write the equation and you can replace this r sin phi and cos phi with x and y. This term becomes x, this term becomes y. Accordingly, you can write the equation. Okay, this equation has to be remembered, and the same equation can be written in vector form also. The same equation can also be written in vector form, that you could see here. This simple thing, so whatever the equations we have written just now, the same equations can be shown in this way. Okay, the equation just now what we have shown is this one. Number one is x prime is equal to x cos theta minus y sin theta. This is the number 2 equation. Okay, consider these two as two equations. If you consider this as number 1, this as number 2 equations, then in matrix form it is represented something like this: x prime y prime is equal to x cos theta minus sin theta cos theta. Okay, so x prime y prime, if I call it as p prime, then that is equal to this, I can call it as r rotation matrix multiplied by xy. Okay, nothing but p. Okay, means this xy is old position or the existing position, and this particular x prime y prime is a new position after rotation, and this rotation matrix will help you to perform this task from old to new. This need to be remembered. Okay, and again this particular simple graph, this will help you to understand the basic concept, how these two angles phi and theta come into picture. Okay, let me clear this slide and present you one more. Till now we have covered about simple in the form of a simple sketch how a rotation will be shown. We have covered translation. Now have a look at 2D rotation, rotating an object with multiple vertices. When you have multiple vertices, something like this, how to rotate. Okay, let me call this as A, B, C, D. This is the actual position. Rotating individual vertices. Okay, for example, with respect to origin, actually this A position, have a look at A position which is connected to the line. If I rotate it, let me write here also A, B, C, D. Here it becomes A prime, B prime, C prime, and this becomes D prime. Okay, that is the new position. Accordingly it will rotate. Okay, we are rotating with respect to origin 0, 0. Here is also the origin 0, 0. This is how it happens. Okay, a simple sketch just to make you understand how multiple vertices, when they got rotated, how actually it looked like. Okay, again let me clear and show you another slide which will give you a clarity about scaling. All right, I hope everything is clear. 2D scaling. altering the size of an object by a scaling factor Sx Sy, as I have mentioned in the beginning. This Sx Sy will be given to you in the question. These are given terms in the question. Okay, maybe they may ask you to increase the scale 2 units in x direction, 2 units in y direction, or else 4 unit in x, 4 in y, or else 3 in x, 4 in y. Okay, it could be uniform scaling, it could be non-uniform scaling. Okay, for each and every task there is a matrix available. If it is a uniform scaling, separate matrix can be written. If it is a non-uniform scaling, again this will help you. This matrix will help you if it is a non-uniform scaling, where the Sx value could be different, Sy value could be different. Okay, the same equation. Now these are the two equations actually. X prime is equal to x into Sx, y prime is equal to y into Sy. Here this is a new position, so we call it as P prime, that is equal to, this is the matrix, so scaling matrix S multiplied by, this is the old position that we call it as P. Okay, P position. So simply this equation, if you could remember, for rotation we'll write it as R multiplied by P, simple equation. For translation we'll write it as P prime is equal to T plus P. Try to understand the difference. Here we do matrix multiplication in both the cases. This is the only translation we'll try to do addition. Okay, this makes the computation or the process slower. Okay, if translation can also be made through matrix multiplication, then the task moves a bit faster comparatively. So that can even be done through homogeneous transformations. That discussion we'll have. Okay, now coming to a new slide. Here I'm going to take a new slide now with better explanation of scaling and all. Just have a look. Here you could see 2D scaling. I'll just try to make it bit bigger so that you have a clarity. Yeah, now you could see a simple square is given. Okay, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2. All right, here Sx 2 units is given, Sy 2 units is given. Accordingly, if you could write the matrix is going to be something like this. Sx in place of Sx 2, 0, 0, 2. This is going to be multiplied by whatever the value, whatever the old matrix is there. Accordingly, we are going to multiply with this to get the final solution. Okay, so here is the final solution. After scaling it, you got it. The object size is changed from this place to here. Have a look, the size got changed, the object size is changed, the object moves to a certain distance also accordingly. All right, this is what happens, because this is not this 1 comma 1 is not the fixed position. It will actually move to a certain distance. That will also takes place. Let me take a new slide, one more. To have a better idea about scaling facts. Okay, have a look at it. Let you consider this as first quadrant, and accordingly think about scaling. This is first quadrant, this is also. Now think about, this is question, this is the solution. Okay, here is the actual position of a triangle, which is brown in color. Now when the scaling factors are given -1, 1, this becomes Sx, this becomes Sy. Okay, Sx is equal to -1, sy is equal to plus 1. Okay, now when these two sx sy values are given, that is kept in matrix and multiplied, then what happens, this is, as this is minus value, here the x direction got shifted to second quadrant. Okay, this got shifted to second quadrant. Okay, and y position will remain same. Similarly, coming to the second question, consider this as the first concept or first question, second concept or second question. Okay, now here sx value, sy value got changed. Sx is equal to positive notation or value, sy is equal to negative value. Okay, this becomes sx, this is sy. Now check it out. This particular question again belongs to first quadrant, but based on the given values, x is positive, so this position will remain same and y is negative, that got shifted to y. This is how it happens. Okay, as I said in the beginning, negative symbol to any of the value matters a lot, whether it is rotation or scaling or translation. Alright, this is what happens. So the matrix can be written in this way: minus 1 0 0 1. Okay, and here the matrix can be written like 1 0 minus 1 0. Sorry, this went wrong. 0 minus 1. This is how it is going to be. If you could remember this simple matrix, okay, sx 0 0 sy, then you can make it easily. Any of the problems can be solved properly with this simple understanding. Alright, now let me clear this slide and come up with a new one. I'll just try to put everything in one single slide, whatever the explanation I have given, all the things I'm trying to keep in a simple single slide. This is what we have discussed. One is translation, then comes rotation and scaling. The most three important transformations. Okay, here translation, coming to translation, x prime y prime nothing but p prime, that is what we have discussed, and xy nothing but p plus tx ty nothing but t. Okay, similarly p prime is equal to r multiplied by t, translation. Similarly p prime is equal to s, scaling factor, multiplied by t. Okay, so if you could see all the three, this is the only computation where addition is taking place. Other two where you could see the matrix multiplication format. This makes the process so speed. When you deal with multiple tasks, series of tasks, this may slow down the complete process. This we can avoid by using homogeneous transformations. Okay, homogeneous transformations, that discussion we'll have in another session. You can just go through all the videos related to this particular CAD system. Then you have lectures on transformations also, which gives you a clear picture. Alright, this is what the concept of complete transformations that I would like to present. Feel free to question, give any question in the comment box. I'm here to answer you. This is the most important topic which will help you to score good marks. Not only that, this will help you in modeling also. If you could understand the concept properly, then you can attempt it better in modeling also. This is what I would like to explain you, brief you in the simplest way. Thank you so much for listening.